Hello everyone, so this is my workplace problem presentation. Okay, so a few years ago, I attended BSAD320 as a trainee, and usually a company will have around 10 to 20 trainees, but BSAD320 had like 65 or something. I looked it up, they still have about that number, which is crazy. So basically, because of that, every rehearsal size was too large, never crowded. I mean, they have some pretty big studios, but there's just so many people that the teachers can't get to everyone and correct everyone and give everyone attention, which is necessary to improve ballet technique. So that's not good. So my final problem statement was, how can we eliminate overcrowding in BSAD320's training program, classes, and rehearsals, leading to not enough attention and corrections given to each student? Potential solutions. Okay, so I talked to some other ballet dancers who know what overcrowding feels like in a ballet class. It doesn't feel good, by the way, because you feel like you can't be seen. So I asked a bunch of them how you could fix this. And they said, well, I mean, together we came up with, we could do one of four things. We could downsize the training program, ask the teachers to try harder to pay attention to every student, expand to more buildings, or change scheduling around. I mean, I suppose we could try a mix, but some of these just don't seem very practical. Okay, so we use devil's advocate to come up with bad things about each solution to see which ones are reasonable and which ones are not. Downsizing the training program would not be very reasonable because it's extremely expensive. Trainees pay tuition to be at the company, so getting rid of them would cost the company a lot of money that they would have been making otherwise. Asking teachers to pay more attention to each student would be impractical because they're already swamped trying to correct everyone in class, so I don't think that would work very well. Expanding to new buildings would also be expensive because they would have to buy buildings or rent them or whatever. That would be a lot of money. Changing scheduling could result in shorter days for students because we were thinking maybe they could split the class sizes up, or like students get a slightly shorter day, but then there's like two different groups that come in, like some come in the morning, some come in the afternoon. But that would change, that would possibly reduce how much they were dancing every day. Alright, so here's my weighted ranking. I put the matrix on the screen, bottom. Okay, because keeping costs are so low, I gave that a weight of 0.5, which is pretty significant. I just don't think it would be good to spend a lot of money, so I gave that a pretty big weight. I think solving overcrowding is more important than helping students get attention, because solving overcrowding would help students get attention automatically. So I gave solving overcrowding 0.2 and helping students get attention 0.1. I think that if a solution is really easy, that's pretty good, because if it's difficult to implement, then at some point it just becomes not worth it to implement it. So I give that a rank of 0.2. So total score, 6.6 for making teachers work harder, 3.1 for expanding to new buildings, 5.6 for decreasing the number of trainees, and 9 for changing scheduling. So changing scheduling is clearly rank 1 for the best solution. Okay, for implementation, I came up with forming a team to come up with a new schedule, informing everyone involved the schedules will be changing so that they're not unprepared, proofreading the schedule to make sure there's as little overlap as possible, and making sure outside teachers can still fit into the new schedule. If it's difficult to fit in outside teachers, asking if they can come at different times, or hire more teachers. Now that wouldn't be very good. Hiring more teachers would not be very good, but if they had no other option, they might have to do that. After the schedule is completed, implement a trial period and deal with any negative feedback by meeting with people. Changing the schedule would be pretty effective, as it would split class sizes up, and there would be fewer people in a room at a time. As far as ethical and environmental considerations, I do not think there would be any.